hear the music, but that's okay. We're in the neutral zone. Aloha. Some reason it came over my phone, but that'll be better for you on TV and on internet because we'll let it. See that guy? Someone let him in. I love this guy. Mark Beltzman, welcome to the show.
Jason, nice to be here. Thanks for asking me.
You know, Tony Midnight.
Tony's the man. Tony's holding down the fort, man.
He is the
That dude is the foundation of this place.
Incredible.
I love Tony. Good man.
He said, and I didn't realize, it's Christmas. Being of the Jewish faith, I wasn't even aware that Hanukkah and Christmas start the same day.
Bah, humbug.
Christmas only gets one day. The Jews get 8.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yay. Tony. Tony.
Oh, Tony. Midnight.
Tony. Without Tony,
Monday to Thursday. From 1 to 2. 1 to 3.
Yeah, 1 hour. There you go.
we would all fall apart without Tony.
But he runs this. He is the man.
Absolutely.
Mark Beltzman, you know, it's Christmas. When he said Christmas Eve show, somehow we met Tuesday. We belong. We have an opportunity to be part of a Mankind project.
Yeah, great
I would
organization.
like to meet regularly as people, weekly even sometimes, most of the time. And I got to know a man that I thought, first I had seen him on stage and in movies, and I thought,
what?
Is that the same guy?
What?
Mark Beltzman is here on Maui? I've seen him in. I need you to put the names in. This is.
Oh, you mean my resume?
No, you know, it's
I've just been very fortunate.
So many places.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate to have a great career. Home
face.
Alone, Mo Money, Billy Madison, Wedding Singer, Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm, House, Cold Case,
And at
Magnum
38,
PI,
unbelievable.
NCIS Hawaii.
Wow.
I did a movie with Zach Galifianakis that'll come out next year.
Oh, you have liberty to tell us the name?
Oh, I have one line. It's one scene.
Oh, that's fine.
They did a live action version of the Disney cartoon Lilo and Stitch.
Well, that's
So it's supposed
the
to
best
come out
way.
in May.
I see.
And I have one little scene and one line with Zach Galifianakis and a little girl who plays Lilo, who is just adorable on that. What a privilege, what an honor to be able to
It is something
say
to
I have that on my
someone
resume.
that has that. You know,
Yeah.
like, because to be an actor and have a show and do long things, but when Adam Sandler does a movie, or you can name them, right?
Yeah.
When they are doing it, they need that memorable scene with that guy. That guy.
That guy. I'm that guy. Yeah.
And
Well,
you've had
occasionally.
a long and beautiful career.
42 years, still at it. I still believe my best work's ahead of me, and I'm so fortunate not only to get to do everything I love for a living, movies, television, play music. I play tuba in the Maui Pops Orchestra and the Maui Community Band, which are both great organizations. We just had holiday concerts. But I get to live on Maui and travel the world and do what I love, and this is part of it. So an honor to be here, sir.
Thank you. You're such a gentleman. Mark, you know, is it just a naturally, I say naturally, Mark has been, like many of us, I was going to say, naturally beautiful and centered and wonderful with a wife he loves and respects.
Sometimes.
And honors. Well, you know, hey, that always goes with, you know.
She's a great lady, man. Beverly Lubin.
A
Oh, I
shake
love her
has
to
two
death.
sides. You got to make that make.
That's right. She holds down the fort in our house. I'll tell you that. She's amazing. So, yeah, you mentioned so many different things. The holidays, of course, it's Christmas, and Hanukkah has never come this late. It starts Christmas Day is the first day of Hanukkah, which means New Year's Eve is like the 7th day of Hanukkah, and New Year's Day is the 8th day of Hanukkah. I've never experienced that as a Jew myself.
Every 19 years. Is what
Right?
they say.
So happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy whatever you celebrate. We're here to celebrate with you.
Peace.
Mankind Project. Oh, my God. What a I function much better as a man when I'm being held accountable by other men, and I get the honor and privilege of holding other men accountable, and that's what sitting in a circle with a team of men and what we call an I group, integration group, every week is such a privilege that we all as human beings have blind spots, and we have to have men that we trust in our lives, or people, not necessarily men, but this is a mankind project as a men's organization. They also have women's organizations that serve the same purpose, but we need to have people in our lives that we trust to reveal our blind spots so that we can evolve and grow and still maintain being grateful and having such a huge amount of gratitude in our lives. And that's part of the lifestyle and culture here on Maui.
What an eloquent delivery of what Mankind Project
Yeah,
is.
it's really important to me.
No, but it really you expressed it, so it is important.
I have a whole accountability team. I belonged for years in California to Sterling Men's Organization. I still have two men on that previous team that I check in with, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, who hold me accountable from afar, and we have a conversation every week. And then I have a mastermind group with my wife and two other women. So I get the feminine perspective on the work that we do so passionately about evolving, growing, and keeping ourselves 100% accountable to each other and ourselves. And so that's about once every 3 weeks I meet with these women and then sit in a circle every week with the men here on Maui. And so, yeah, I have a whole accountability team and make sure there's checks and balances to be able to maintain a sense of, just staying grounded and being happy and not giving our power away to situations, circumstances, or people. It's really easy to get thrown off into the bushes whenever you start judging or get cut off in traffic, or you never know, man. It's just part of life.
And this isn't a little thing. I mean, I think it was 1991. 1991 only hit in my eye. That's when I started the Maui Arts and Music Association. Mm-hmm. Those were the first Mankind Project, but it was people, we have people here who know the people that were back then.
Yeah.
That's still within our lifetime, 1991.
Oh, sure. For me, it started around 2005 when I did Landmark Education Forum, the forum. Uh-huh. That was the first awakening I had. And
do you find that the entertainment industry has embraced a lot of that stuff, or is that different?
Well, there's a growth and a spike in spirituality in the world in one sense, on one hand, let's say.
Well, I mean, looking at these things,
yeah.
Do you find that you're a comedian, an actor, and
mm-hmm.
Never mind all the other great things I didn't mention. How do you gently, what's the word? In your industry, you come with a level of ethics and things. Do you find a loving cooperation? Like, I was in a meeting in real estate just less than an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking about the difference between 80-20 split and 70-30. 70-30, you get a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And this person that brought me on wants me to be 80-20 with her.
Mm-hmm.
And not go that way. And I thought, for that 10% difference, like, so, but it's all about money. Everything's based on money.
Yeah.
Do you find ethics? I mean, I remember, I don't want to mix the conversation.
Right.
But
you already
find
have
that ethics?
Well, there's a lack of accountability in the world right now. Look at politics and
those guys.
And what's going on in all around the world. And in show business, it's no different. You have people who will make the right decision for the right reason because it's the right thing to do. And you have people who will make the right decision for themselves, put more money in their pockets no matter what the circumstances are. And those exist in every occupation and every corner in the world. But I'm a firm believer in law of attraction, and we attract like-minded people. So most of the people in my life are very grounded and have a certain level of accountability and responsibility. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be attracted to them, nor vice versa. So I kind of just, stay in my lane, mind my own business, and shut my mouth. That's my motto these days.
And I long ago I don't want to say made the mistake, but I integrated it all here on this little island, and by doing that, it's confused a lot of people. What am I? I'm an environmental guy, but I can sing. I was thinking your tuba was here, so I brought a track of Nat King Cole. They want me singing Christmas Eve of chestnuts roasting. So maybe you'll sing
great.
with me here.
Sure, the finale.
Yeah, but the reason I speak of it, Mankind Project is like an oasis. Is that what I'm trying to come to the point of? I am in Mankind in it. I went through a great experience called
What?
New Warrior Training Adventure.
Oh, the weekend, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which was a really good experience. I had originally gone there thinking I was going to go on a recruiting thing like LinkedIn, and I'd be able to find people that were like what I was
a
doing
networking event.
And become part of my vision. Well, all of them, many of them have. They've been sitting right where you are. We've had shows about many of these blossoming and already incredible people. Because when I look around, who do I see? Leaders in our community in all ways.
Yeah.
And people that understand the ideas of accountability and all these great things.
Yeah.
So I was bringing it up because I've been doing this gig and whatever things on here, even on Akaku, public access, 30 million years. 33 here.
Right.
And before that, I was in Los Angeles and music thing. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is these times that are so unusual in the world, here on Maui, when I say I created the Maui Arts and Music Association, I feel like I've been holding a place for people like you. I mean, you're in it by the nature of who and what you are. It's an association of art, music, and culture to educate people about environmental solutions and become examples to the world and do that. So I'm choosing real estate commissions.
Great.
100% flipping them into a vision. So,
Well,
and now who's going to get paid? It's creating an economy. That's, to me, what's so fun is I hope to catch the attention of the business that sees a flame burning and goes, there's a hit, and grabs it, And you're like a man. If I was going to pick an MC for an art show, you're a natural. We could do. You're already part of all these fabulous things here. You've been involved in the arts with David Johnston and Kathy.
And MAPA,
MAPA.
Maui Academy of Performing
Kathy
Arts
Collins,
and a play.
We've had shows together and fun.
Sure. I love it.
We are. That's the whole vision of this Mama and Papa and Dream Makers.
Yeah.
The art, music, and culture of these islands elevate the Hawaiian culture, which we've all been hoping and seeing and want to integrate with the world and give them their right. How many people were taken over? How many countries are there? It's like, but to let the world see and give them that pride and be, we're talking at a time when Donald Trump's going to be president. So
What? When did that happen?
isn't that unbelievable?
I feel like I'm living in a time machine.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about you, I often think comedy, but you are so much more.
Well,
you are a gift.
Thank you.
I've so enjoyed spending time with you.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. I'm flattered, and I love what I do. I love my life, and I teach improv and acting all over the world, and it's called improv and acting. But really, what I'm passionate about and what I teach is transformation. To the principles of acting are what allows us to be the best human being we can possibly be. Get out of your own way. Eliminate self. You're already born with all the talent you'll need to succeed at anything you want. And just follow your dreams and follow your passion. Let it happen to you instead of you working so hard to make it happen. You don't have to chase it. It shouldn't be hard work, That's what law of attraction is about, is allowing the universe to deliver whatever it is you're asking for. You just have to be what they call in the vortex. You have to be in a happy place so that the universe can bring it to you. Otherwise, it's going to reject it. And one of the major pillars of what I teach is figure out what's working and do more of it instead of trying to change and fix what's wrong in your life. How do you know the difference? One makes you smile and one doesn't. You are born with an internal mechanism. We're all born with an internal mechanism that tells us what's working in our lives. So just figure out what makes you smile and do more of it instead of trying to change and fix the things that are wrong. And then you'll find that those things will either go away, they'll fix themselves, or you didn't need to worry about them in the first place. So just figure out what makes you smile and do more of it. And I don't care what that is, whether it's gardening or smoking weed or drinking or swimming in the ocean, hiking, painting, playing music, whatever makes you smile, do more of it.
Symphony in business.
There you go.
I'm trying to take real estate commissions and turn them into food for a whole economy with art and music and culture.
Does that make you
smile? And bring
smile?
others to come into this vision and do the same, because there's so much abundance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I think of people that have money or get money, we know living on Maui isn't all, billionaire row. So, so when we live here, we learn to be economical, and we learn to also appreciate. Hawaiians have taught me this. Appreciate where we are, the culture and this place and the people and the energy, right?
Yes.
So
I just add one more thing to that. Enjoy where you're at while you're there.
it's like Ram Dass says.
Yeah,
Be here now.
absolutely.
It is always a pleasure to see you, but I'm glad we're doing this because I know you are a box. You are a with so many drawers, and yet it becomes a giant fabric. I only know you a little time, and knowing you through Mankind Project, I found so much more about the man, and I really love you, and I've come to really understand that this energy that I feel around people that are accountable and everything creates an environment, I guess, for my success, but it also creates more and more excitement in me and in others for the way that we can integrate on a little island in a difficult world.
Yeah, it's
stand
challenging.
together in a beautiful way. So I'm going to help. Hopefully, this is a model. When someone looks at these environmental things I've been doing, they'll see I've been. Wait, Jason, are you talking environment? You keep talking about music and art and culture. What the heck are you doing? The world's attention is on people that are the vision. That's you. I sing once in a while, but it's you.
Well, back in the day, with Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor, they used to call them song and dance men. You had to sing, dance, and act. And nowadays, you have to wear many different hats, just to, maintain a sense of self-expression, and finding those things that, again, make you smile. Really important in life.
Speaking of that, I've seen you playing music. Does that make you smile?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I love it. It's kind of getting back to my roots. When I was young, I, honest to God, I was going to be a brain surgeon, and I went through the first 2 years of college in Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, and realized college wasn't exactly for me. And so I dropped out to play in 3 symphonies: the Allen Park Symphony, the Scandinavian Symphony, and the St. Clair Shores Symphony. And I did that for a few years, and then I stopped playing music full-time to be an actor. And every once in a while, I would get to do both, like I was the tuba player in the polka band and with John Candy in Home Alone. There was an episode of House called Not Cancer, where I was a tuba player and died from a organ donation. I laugh, although it's not a funny show.
No, but I understand. So
and so I'm really fortunate, and so now I'm back to playing more music with the Maui Pops Orchestra. I'm so fortunate to be part of that organization. We just played a holiday concert at the MAC 2 weeks ago, and I really enjoy that. And the Maui Community Band is such a blessing. It's the people there are just really all about the community, all about music, and it's a lot of students from all the high schools all around the island, and the teachers. A lot of them, most of them, play in the orchestra or the Maui Community Band as well, and it's led by Ted Manzano, who's just an amazing human being and a really sweet man.
Well, and one day later, in that same space, there is a rehearsal for the Chop Suey Orchestra.
Ah, yes,
and
they're
I get
great.
to sing a couple of songs with all these great
Yeah,
musicians.
some of those same musicians are in both of
right?
those organizations.
What a fun thing! And
Yeah.
what a great experience. You've been having
Right.
fun.
Oh man, just support. Having the support of the community and being able to support the community and give back is just a blessing. It really is, especially here. And more people, I came here 5 years ago. I founded Maui Improv in 2014, and then after the pandemic, the forest and the powers that be at Maui Improv went back to in-person classes without telling me, which was a very clear sign they weren't interested in what I was selling, and that's fine. And then I moved here full-time October of 2019, right before lockdown. So we had about 3 or 4 months to nest, and then everything got shut down. And that, sidebar, was one of the most unique, historical, magical events I've ever experienced, and nobody will ever experience that again, which was Maui without tourists for 8 months was one of the most magical experiences I've ever had. The oceans were replenishing. Animals were coming closer. There was no traffic. There was no people on the beaches.
I remember going down Front Street alone. Just alone.
Yeah.
Something.
And what the gift I got out of that was you couldn't be on the park. You couldn't be on the beach or you'd get a ticket. But there's no maritime law. So as long as you were in the water, the cops left you alone. Oh. So I started swimming 7 days a week just to get out of the house. And now I haven't stopped. For 5 years now, I swim every morning, 7 days a week. Wow. I go in the ocean every single day. I couldn't today because I had to be here early. But
later you will.
Yes, absolutely. And that's really, one of the greatest gifts of living here and being blessed.
Ask a real simple.
Yeah.
Now, you're a celebrity to the world. You're far and wide.
If say so.
Even if I identify.
I'm celebrity adjacent.
No, but the best part is those character actors, like I say, are. The star stands in the middle and goes, "That's my lines. They were given to me, and I do these lines." Mm-hmm. And then there's this thing that says, "Oh yeah, that's you. Mm-hmm. You're the spice in the movie." So when I look at movies, if someone said, "Well, I'm in the Adam Sandler movie, and I'm in this," when you remember those scenes, you're a gifted actor. See, he is the star. He gets bonus plan maybe.
Yeah,
but you're a gifted actor.
I'm just so blessed.
So you're on the street here, you go to the water, people respectful to you?
Oh, nobody knows who I am, and that's fine. I have the greatest career in the world because nobody knows who I am unless I tell them. And they go, "Oh my God, that's you?" They go, "No, oh my God.
You're that guy.
You're that guy, right?"
Home Alone, you were that guy.
Yeah, so it's a gift and a blessing. If I was more recognizable, I'd probably have a lot more money, but that's not important to me. I've learned to just, find the blessings.
Found in the blessings and who and
absolutely.
We are right now. Right.
And that's one of the most important things about living here on this island is when I moved here 5 years ago, I thought I was going to come to Maui and change the culture and change the theater scene and teach everybody. And it took me a very hard lesson to learn that it's not supposed to be changed. It's supposed to be the way it is for a reason. And people just love serving their community, practicing their arts, and enjoying the process. And they don't need anything more. And it's really important that the people here in radio recently, trying to change everything that's going on the airwaves. And for me, it doesn't work. I stopped listening. I just don't appreciate it. And it's not about bringing the mainland to the island. It's about serving the island right where it's at and appreciating all the culture it has to offer.
And I just must mention 88.5 FM KAKU.
Yeah.
Simulcast on Akaku, Maui Community Media, TV for old people like me and you. And
Kapuna.
on the net, we're at YouTube/DreamMaui1. That sounds like a placeholder. It is, because we are part of us. And as you're hearing these ideas and you look at this environment, this is the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see things here and ideas here. If you look at the shows and ideas, you're going to see all over the map, all kinds of things, more invited. And we're giving back. Why? Because I learned through my life, not without some suffering. Giving is the real gift.
Right.
And I want to give 100% of what I make, because if I give it and create an environment, I'm living in that environment. And while I'm enjoying these feelings in this environment of using what these resources are now to live a life now. And I see that when I say that, because the quality of what you do when you're acting, I mean, it's because of your ability to be here now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Be
know,
here
what
now,
you
power
teach
of
and
now,
what you do
Eckhart Tolle.
as an improv person, like,
Yeah.
I see it.
And
here you are.
And I always start my workshops by telling people everything we do here is purposely designed to get you out of your comfort zone. That's where life happens. You said just a minute ago, through some suffering of your own, you learn these lessons, and that's where the most pivotal moments and epiphanies in your life happen, is when you're at your most uncomfortable and you have biggest breakthroughs. The bigger the breakdown, the bigger the breakthrough. And so I strive myself on putting myself in places where I'm uncomfortable so that I grow and evolve and strive to be more than I am. In 2012, I was doing a play with George Wendt called Reanimator the Musical. And the producers paid the whole cast to go to New York for the New York Music Festival on Broadway, and then flew us all to Edinburgh, Scotland, for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Well, my wife and I had been living in the same apartment in Los Angeles for 21 years, so we got a little complacent and decided to move on. So we sold our cars, our clothes, our furniture, everything we own, put some stuff in a friend's garage, and Beverly, my wife, met me in Scotland at the end of the run, and we just, what my wife likes to call our walkabout. We spent 14 months just traveling around. We spent a month in Scotland, went to Amsterdam. I ended up renting a house in England and taught improv and acting workshops all over. And then we came back to New York, and I worked and taught my way across the country back to Los Angeles, where we landed once again in 2013. And that was an amazing experience, to just be really uncomfortable being homeless for 14 months and not knowing where anything was coming from. But of course, and if you ask my wife, it was one of the most thrilling years of our lives, because we were putting ourselves purposely, getting comfortable being uncomfortable and not knowing. And to me, that's where life happens.
You were already you were an actor. You were all the you do. So you carry who you are to what years were that?
That was 2012, 2013.
So you were in your 40s, 50s. You were old enough to know better.
Yeah.
You were saying, okay.
Yeah, I just turned 64 a couple weeks ago.
Imagine you say, hey, sometimes people call this a midlife crisis, but I call it my eyes get clear on what I want to do and how this whole life that I've lived till now wouldn't be now unless all that happened.
Right.
And the power that comes with that awareness has been
amazing. And it's all the work that we do.
Life, right? Drives
yeah,
my life.
Doing the men's teamwork, doing landmark education, accountability is important. But I had an epiphany back then, which was I was always waiting to be $1 million movie actor, to go to Europe and do all the things that I love, and realize I didn't have to wait for anything. All you have to do is choose and say yes and go do it. And it'll all work out. It always does. And to take that risk. Del Close, the guru of all improv, he was the acting coach for the Not Ready for Primetime Players on SNL. And I lived next door to him and studied with him for many years in Chicago at a place called I.O., Improv Olympic. And the first thing Del taught all of us was follow your fear. If you accomplish something you're afraid of, it's so much more gratifying than accomplishing something you know you can do. What you know you can do is talk yourself out of something or say no or don't do it and then worry or just dream of what it would have been like if you said yes, rather than leaning into your fears, following them, overcoming them, accomplishing things that you didn't think you could do. And that's where our conversation started before we got on air. You were saying, you have dreams of grandeur beyond where you're at in life.
I'm a round peg in a square hole, all the rest of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Because I don't see that limitation stuff.
Right. We're very like-minded. I believe my best work is still ahead of me. I really believe that in movies and television and music and
that's why we're
sharing
going in the ocean every day. That's what we're
yes.
really are.
Oh, my God,
I'm sure you're saying to yourself, I am the best self right now. Especially with support and accountability. Mm-hmm. If you guys never heard about Mankind Project, let me tell you, who do we send? Because I want to get to another subject with you, but I want to really stress, I really enjoyed it. Who would you think?
It's really powerful.
Do we send them to?
Just look up MKP. That's all. Yeah. Just go to mkp.org.
Mankindproject.org. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. To find a group near you, anywhere in the world, by the way. It doesn't not just on Maui.
And we're not
They're
talking
all
about
over
20
the world.
people, 100 people. There are like 100,000 plus people. Right?
Absolutely.
And probably more. I just being conservative on purpose.
Yeah.
But we, I don't think that the affiliation is the code. I guess the code of accountability and all the things that make up mankind's basic tenets.
Yeah, well, it's really accountability to yourself.
Yeah.
And we use the group to hold us accountable. If I say I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow and I don't go, there's no consequences. But if I say to the men, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 3 days this week, and then I show up next week and say I didn't do it, then it's accountability tool.
And
it's
we
a
have
tool,
people
right?
that we see that way. And
yeah.
It's very clear. It really gives you a reflection to be better yourself.
Yep.
That's a really exciting thing. No judgments. If people ask for help and they get it. And it's just the experience has been worthwhile. And look, I would never know Mark.
Yeah.
And probably a bunch of people. I didn't really do it on purpose, but when you're in place and you're looking around and you look, who is this interesting?
Well, you did do it on purpose. You're the creator of your own life. You're creative
that's why
source
when
energy.
Joseph said originally, come to Joseph Cohen. Hey, Joe and Arlene, blessings to you guys.
Cheers,
Happy
Joseph.
Hanukkah. Yeah, right. All of us. We are so blessed. This is such a beautiful, integrated community.
And absolutely. Really is a special place.
Have felt so much love. I would never have an opportunity to sit with Clint Eastwood across the table. Well, he's a name I mean, look.
Where's Clint? Clint, are you in there? Clint?
Clint, you're welcome to join us on the show. In fact, we'll even give you half of the show or more.
I know Clint Eastwood, but damn it, I sure enjoy being on a movie set and
you are that.
being on a TV set.
I know I sound like a fool, but
not at all.
I've been in Maui all these years, and I came here from Hollywood, and I knew why I was coming to Maui, not Kansas. Mm-hmm. And I knew to showcase the culture and the art and the music and educate the world. And that story I tell about the statue in Pundy at the Mac, that's worth hearing and understanding. We can do things now. We don't have to turn to stone. We can take an idea and go further if we believe and truly live and can convey that. Well, part of it is the stars. That's why I say.
Well, it's the stars and the pillar of the community.
You stand, Mark. I mean it with
respect.
Thank you. If you are known to the world to have this happening here, your attention will shine a light on all this opportunity, not only for the people here, but for everywhere. And a vision that can, holding that heart. Didn't start with Mankind Project, but that's where we met.
No, there's some real... Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the Mankind Project and our I group and the work that we do. There's some real pillars of the community here. You mentioned David Johnson at Maui Academy of Performing Arts, Lynn McEwen at Pro Arts, is one of the pillars of the art community.
Absolutely.
And a foundation of all the artists, musicians, actors, and really holds down opportunities and serves this community better than anything or anybody I could ever imagine. So I want to make sure we give a shout out to those amazing people.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we're already, I was going to say, this was your test show. No.
Oh, geez.
You didn't have to even take a test because
it's my audition.
You were on before, and you're on this station anytime you want to be. But I would love to have you as a co-host when you want to be able to come on.
Okay.
Or come on by yourself, or be in the field and somehow feel like you're part of the neutral zone, you're part of Mama and Papa and Dream Makers, because a vision with action, taking that fear and going, excuse me, and doing. And you know, when I talked about experience, I've been here since 1988, and I was going to turn this place into the example then. I'm the solar guy. I was the solar exchange and energy exchange in L.A. I came here thinking, I could take my ideas and want to do music and be responsible for the renewable energy technology. And the guy at the center, and I booked New Year's Eve, I could tell you stories, and you would say, oh, politics again. Who? I don't think Linda Lingle even knew what she did. And the Chamber of Commerce and the whole thing. It's a movie by itself.
Yeah.
You have a part, by the way. Maybe you'll have me write it. You are. What do you want to be with this? But these stories, the purpose is to wake us up to be now, realize the potential of now. That's I think what I really, when I first met you, you are a master at being present.
Oh, thank you.
You know, when you're on stage, you are present. You wouldn't know he was the guy in the movie, but when you stop and look, that's the same guy. But you are always also very appropriate.
Oh, I don't think that's not true.
No, the word appropriate.
I'm more inappropriate than anybody you'll ever know.
Well,
I love offending people.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I offend them by being able to take it. You know, sometimes, but meaning that somehow I think I'm known. What do they say? Don't mistake my gentleness
kindness
for weakness.
Yeah, right.
That would be a mistake. And I play a long game, but I don't have revenge like What are we going to do here, Mark?
About what?
Our president and the whole system.
Well,
Nothing but observe?
Yeah, you can. It's basically a reality TV show. He's running the country like he's on a reality TV show. And all reality TV shows are about the train wreck. That's all you can do is sit back and watch the train wreck, man. There's nothing to be done. There's nothing to do but enjoy the ride. That's why I say my motto these days is stay in my lane, mind my own business, and shut my mouth. And I've never been happier. And it doesn't mean that you can't be proactive or political or serve whatever purpose you want to serve in life. But for me, I know, like I said before, figure out what makes you smile and do more of it. And those things do not make me smile. So I kind of just stay away from those things. You know, you can turn on the TV in the morning and the first thing you're thrown off into the bushes by having the negative, information and news and being processed. Or you can just, like I said, sit back and watch the train wreck. That's all you can do.
You see what we're doing here? To me, now I can see I'm old. Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon. How's that? Some of you kids, who? Junior, what? Who? Ed McMahon, I never heard that name.
Yeah.
But we have an opportunity because the world is in chaos, but they know the word Maui. They know the word take money, create jobs, educate people about who and what they are, have music jobs, create art jobs, create people coming to shows, create more modest prices, create more things in the area. The way you get activity is you move your money in the world. You don't put it in a bank. You do if you're saving money for a future. We have no future unless we now work together to to live our world in a responsible, accountable world.
Yeah, that's also important to me. Is
Really simple, even.
Yeah. Like I said,
And it's loving. You're so much more the man when I meet him as the man than I see on a screen or anything. Really. I think that with a lot of what's the word? I don't know how you think, but you're important. You've done so much through your gift. You've been fortunate enough to be seen and been in all kinds of movies, but when you put your resume together and such, if you have anything to do on Maui, who are you going to call? Ghostbusters. You ever work with him? Probably have to. Dan Aykroyd?
Dan Aykroyd I worked with on According to Jim. I spent 3.5 years on According to Jim. Yeah, that was fun. Belushi, Beltzman, and Aykroyd for a couple of episodes. And
Excellent.
yeah, Billy Murray, his little brother Joel Murray, who's a very successful actor and does a lot of the Who's Live Anyway shows around the country, and has been in a lot of TV shows. He and I went through Second City together back in 40 years ago, 35, 40 years ago.
Is that many
So I've
years?
known the whole Murray family, and his mom was just a wonderful, wonderful person. They're all good people, and Billy's been pretty good to me over the years. And yeah, they're fun.
You are looking more like I say co-host. That means I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to...
I don't need any more on my plate, brother. I got plenty going on.
When he wants to be co-host, create an open door.
Right on. Thank you. I appreciate that.
In-house or outhouse. It could be shit even.
The outhouse.
Can you say that on the radio?
Sure. We're all full of hooey.
Hooey. We are a mixed community. Hooey is good here.
Yeah. Garbage in, garbage out. That's the way it works. That's what the outhouse is for.
Wait until you learn Hawaiian and you see the loving culture. That word aloha is not an empty thing.
Oh, no. It's a spiritual gift, a meaning that...
My lady friend, Ariel, was studying,
Beautiful
I don't know,
woman.
5 or 8 years with Auntie Doll. Auntie Doll talking about going to New York as a little girl, doing hula. We have such a beautiful culture. There's the school that teaches at the UH, used to be a college, now it's part of the university. The Hawaiian courses and studies are awesome, and the music programs there. We've grown up into a big community.
Yeah.
With a bit of a blotch at Lahaina, but the whole of Maui is open. Not only are we open, we love you. Come on to my house or my house. Some house, big, small. This is a beautiful, wonderful. Have you found anything but beauty here?
No. It's just, all you got to do is get off the couch. It's a spiritual awakening every day. And like I said, I go in the ocean and I do a lot of reef diving. I like to dive in the reef and go shelling. You find already evacuated, beautiful shells. I do this every day. And
Evacuated.
and just give them away to people. I have these beautiful, here's a cowrie shell.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little, you can zoom in on that. Hello. That was a gift on my 64th birthday. There was no visibility, but I wanted to go swimming anyways. And that was just sitting on the reef like a gift from God handing me this thing. So
Shined itself.
No, they come out of the ocean like that.
know.
It looks like blown glass.
Anyways,
I love reef diving and shelling and
the world must know this because I can't help it. When I first came to Maui in '88 and I had a girlfriend to work for a caterer, 88, 89, we'd go on the beach and we only took perfect ones because the beach was filled with shells.
Right. Yeah.
And now it's a special, and that is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just even more rare.
Yeah. And
In
if
a
they're
world-
occupied, I won't take them.
Only
Only
this
if they're
world better
evacuated.
take care of. If you watch our shows, you're going to see there's lots of things and solutions to things that you can't say in a few words. That's why we're an association of art, music, and culture with a purpose to educate people about environmental solutions and create that self-sustainability model here, starting with monies that I've been talking since 1991. We've had a couple of contributors. Jonathan Starr
Oh,
got
great.
us our video equipment, and oh my goodness. How long have I been doing this? If I've been doing this since they opened in 92.
We need more donors. More corporate sponsors to pay my rent and to buy whatever it is I need.
Take a look us up.
I got to go shopping at Costco. I need a sponsor.
Well, but what if that sponsor was us?
Oh,
that's why I say this money going back into the community.
Right.
Now, aren't there people in the world that say, wait a minute, we can sell things because you do that?
And
then the monies go in. And if they don't, they will see that we are self-sustained.
Right.
That's the message.
Well, I believe gifts from the universe should remain gifts to the universe.
Using the environment that we live in to make better with people. We don't replace, we get the money by recirculating rather than... There are people around, and maybe you know some of them. Maybe some of them even own billions of dollars. You know, they have so much money they don't know what to do with themselves. But we can
my
create
wife and I
that
need a
through
second
an
car.
economy.
My wife and I need a second car.
I think so.
A used car needs to be donated to Mark and Beverly.
What kind
MarkBeltzman.com. You can find me on my website.
What's that?
Oh, it's just anything that we can use to sustain us.
I got a car for $3,000.
That's the one I'm looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
It was from a guy that fixes salvage vehicles. It was a salvage vehicle.
There
I didn't
you
know
go.
until after I bought it. He was the towing guy. He's on Lower Main. I'm not going to give his name because he owes me some money if he gets this ad. Go in and tell him. When you go in and...
JasonSchwartz is looking for you.
I didn't give you his name, so you'll send me a couple of leads, you see. Through that.
Maui Mafia's after you.
For $3,000, he was driving around in a car. I didn't realize. It was for sale, and a friend of mine knew him, so he sold me for $3,000. I later found out it was worth, if it was perfect, $3,000.
Yeah.
And not salvageable. But now, in this age of cars, a 2006 Toyota Scion with 150,000 miles was $3,000.
There you go.
What would it cost now?
Who knows?
$3,000. They're out there. They're older. But maybe a 2012, if MarkBeltzman.com doesn't get it and you want to call us, Maui, we always can find us. The most important thing is we are a we. Let's find Mark's car for him.
See, there was a reason we came on the show today.
So it might be 20 years when you see this show. If you call and contact Mark Beltzman, you can still find him a good car. And if he doesn't need it, he'll call me. 20 years. We have 20 and more healthy, positive years. I'm 73.
Oh, please. I hope.
So I see that living here and eating good food and taking our waste and turning it into power and turning it and rejuvenating our soil, keeping the carbon in and employing an artist, employing the musicians, employing the people that do the movies that can be in this global network. When I started, there was no global network.
Yeah.
But they know Maui, and these people want to get visitors here and make this real estate go up and up as we build affordable housing. All that can happen through that vision of now, be here now. My money back into a vision that we are unstoppable if we cooperate.
Absolutely.
And are accountable. See what I mean? I never spoke in those terms before, but that's what Mankind Project did for me. It gave me terms to hold myself accountable, which I didn't really use before.
Preach, preacher, preach.
Well, I remember, whatever they were, Life Spring and
yeah.
I never did Sterling a Landmark, but we were all in the same boat.
Yeah.
was in the lifeboat. Out of 25 people, they chose me to be on this lifeboat of 3 people. Why? Maybe because I'm this guy. I'm the guy that wants everyone
because you asked for it
to live. Because I want to raise up everyone. A rising tide
well, you
raises
are.
all ships. Team Aloha at iCloud.com. Isn't that presumptuous? So is Real Estate Maui at iCloud.com. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
That's pretty bold and noble. Also, JasonSchwartz Maui. Mark Beltzman. What's your email address if you want it?
That's it. Well, MarkBeltzman at gmail.com, MarkBeltzman.com. It's all there. Just Google my name. You'll see a million things will come up and all
because
my
we're
credits.
radio as well as TV simulcast as well as the net. some of you will want to go to the net and see this again. You can even find it by looking up His Name or Mine, or looking up MauiNeutralZone.com or DreamMaui.com or MauiArtsAndMusic.org. You're tired of the internet. Maui. It's Maui Art and Music, an association of art and music with a purpose to educate people about environment, self-sustainability. When the net started, that's why Pundy, that's what this whole thing was about. I was stopped. I was the Green Party candidate for council and then mayor. It wasn't like I was fooling. But I lost my local hero when he had a stroke. But it's not too late to do the right thing.
No.
I hope that Pundy is hearing this vision, because it's not dead. Someone once told me, I don't worry about you. Some ideas take a long time to get understood and activated. Well, now is good.
Well, you got to plant the seed, and then you got to water it and nurture it and prune it, and eventually it will bear fruit, sometimes longer than others.
Do you have anything that you'd like? We have about, maybe you can tell me, 5 minutes? 6 minutes? 5 minutes left. We can talk about anything. I like to give some space.
We pretty much have covered it. No, I'm happy just to finish the conversation. You want to?
I thought you were going
wish
to play
everybody
the tuba.
happy. I know, so I didn't bring it.
I was saving some room, but we could probably talk for 5 minutes. But that jingle, Louise Lambert. I said, Louise, da 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 da, and then I later thought, is that sort of like All in the Family? It's in that mood of something where you look at something crazy. And I was learning to move an object in Microsoft Word.
Oh, wow.
And I could move this arrow and move a circle across a page in a different pattern. And I used that as my learning thing and created the neutral zone with the zinger.
Oh, that's cool.
It's anything but neutral. The neutral zone.
You mean we don't have to be neutral?
No, not only do we not have to be neutral, nothing we do is neutral. It's all together one. Oh, are you a psychologist? A psychiatrist? No. I'm trying to make
I played one on
a funny
TV.
Man. You do things with, I don't know if it's accent. When you're in front of a camera, you act. It's, it's being that thing with an audience takes an awareness of yourself that has to be caught, but it's a real full experience, being that part. And so I always feel that about you. You've really, you give.
Well, part of acting and what I teach in improvisation is replacing thinking with listening. And you have to be present and be in the moment. Make your partner look good, you look twice as good. And those are the principles of everything that makes you a good actor, and embodying the character by getting out of your own way, eliminating self, being present, letting it happen to you instead of you working so hard to make it happen, and following the story. The writer has already provided everything you need to know about any given moment, any scene, any perspective, emotional stability, your character arc. All of those things have been provided for you. So you just have to be able to decipher the information and then be present.
Be enough of that character that the words that come out that you've learned because they fit that character. And you remember them because you become that part.
Yeah, like I said, it's all really life lessons. Everything we do in improv and acting is all about life. Make your partner look good, you look twice as good. That's what life is all about. Relationships, talking to each other about each other.
Do you know that in 2 minutes, did you know that I had an eye check and they told me my eyes are good, but I have the start of cataracts. That's why I can't see as well at night.
Don't get me started on that topic. We don't have enough time.
And I can see.
I just went and bought new glasses last week.
2-minute warning. Like football. Football's so exciting. It's so close to the game.
Oh, stop the clock.
There are some really, really bad teams, but they only lost a lot.
Yeah.
They were playing great. And then the ones that are good, there's so many good teams with so many great players.
Well, like my friend George went once said to me at a bar in Ireland. He said, "You don't have to be brilliant. You just have to be brilliant for 5 seconds."
Which is why
I never
say
forgot that.
I admire you as an actor, as a man.
Thank you.
And I admire you in all the different kinds of roles.
Thank you,
played.
brother. Appreciate it.
It's even greater knowing you as a man.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you for joining me here on such short notice.
Sure. Happy
We have a
holidays.
minute to go.
We just want to wish everybody the happiest holiday season. Shut the door on 24 and thrive in 25. That's my motto.
That's a good motto.
Yeah.
1 minute left. Oh, 48 minutes, 40 seconds, 38 seconds, 40, 20. Mark, it's always a pleasure to be with you. I hope you'll come again and give real more than thought to being emissary of this show, of everything.
Rock out.
The neutral zone.
Yes.
We have people
Shockers,
that bring
everybody.
on different aspects of life here in these islands. You're a beautiful representative.
May the Schwartz be with you.
He's with me all the time. I got 15 seconds, then I'm going to hit the one right button.
All right.
Oh, I didn't get to sing with you guys.
Oh,
Chestnuts roasting
on an open fire.
Jack
Just
Frost nipping at your nose.
Here
Here come the credits and us. Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy everything. We love you.
It's going to be a great year, 2025.